I streaked between two bars that were on either end.
And was this supposed to be impressive?
It was supposed to be very impressive.
Whoa! Hi, friends, and welcome back to the Retirement House Podcast. And yes, another episode where we are entertaining you and embarrassing ourselves.
Yeah.
So let's get started.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
The question we asked our fans this week, what's the worst date you've ever been on? And stories did not disappoint. We'll be revealing them soon, but first, let's kick things off with a round of two truths and a lie.
Yeah, I want to start with the ladies.
Okay.
I have 15 tattoos. I'm Chinese. I'm a snowbird from Wisconsin.
I don't 50 tattoos?
15.
15.
15.
15 tattoos is a lie.
Lie.
Do you have 15?
Oh, really? You
I
got
think-
15 tattoos?
If you did have a tattoo, what would it be of?
It would probably be a Chinese character.
Uh-huh. Okay.
But
saying
some tattoos are really artistic, but a word of advice. Don't be drunk when you get a tattoo. Oh, 2 words of advice. Make sure that the tattoo artist knows how to spell.
Yeah, really.
and don't be drunk.
And don't
I've
be-
never gotten that drunk to where I wanted a tattoo.
You said snowbird of
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, that's the truth.
That's true.
That's
Yeah.
What is
Do I
it?
have a Wisconsin accent?
okay.
I've never been
Okay.
there. But now, how do you mean a snowbird? Was that a title? Or?
No. That means I spend
Yeah.
part of the year in Wisconsin and part of the
Yeah.
year here. But I like to say where here is, or just a mystery.
Well, yeah,
Okay,
Florida.
okay.
Florida. The New Yorkers go to Florida. They're
Yeah.
snowbirds.
No, we're in California.
Okay, snowbird.
Yeah.
from-
I didn't know if that
okay.
was a secret.
No, I never heard snowbird from. Okay.
No.
Okay. No.
How about
Oh,
snow
yeah.
bunny?
Yeah, snow bunny then. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Snow
What is
bunny.
a snow bunny?
I like snow.
The snowbirds go to Arizona, to California.
Yeah, the
to
snowbirds. They
Florida.
can go anywhere. Yeah.
Okay.
When it's winter
Caribbean.
there.
Just from hot to cold.
Caribbean,
From cold to
right.
hot.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing.
My aunt and uncle did that.
For many years.
Sometimes in the Caribbean, I wish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just from cold to hot.
Okay.
What's going on, Francine?
Okay.
When I go out on a date, I take a paddle with a ball and hit it for a half an hour so that I can chill.
Is that before your date?
Yeah.
On
I
my
was-
dates.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you.
I was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Were you
thank you.
nervous or what's wrong with you?
And when I wait tables, I take a Quaalude before I start. And I wear 2 pairs of underwear just in case.
Ooh, in case of what?
I don't picture you taking Quaaludes
I don't.
while
either.
you're.
Neither do I.
Serving.
I think that's
That's a
your
lie.
lie.
Yeah, and having some experience in doing that.
The
yeah,
two
that
pair
wouldn't be it.
No.
The 2 pair underwear strikes me as being something that's. You're looking down. Oh,
Well,
Wait a second. The Quaalude was not a lie?
no.
not a lie.
Okay. You're high
Okay.
strung,
New
I
York
see.
City
Okay.
in the 60s.
Well, that's
She's
different.
double
yeah.
covered.
You would take it every time you worked?
Not every time.
Yeah.
But the owners of the restaurant would give it to us.
Yeah.
No.
Well, actually,
Really?
I
Spring
did
Street
work at a
Bar.
place that did
Oh,
something
wow.
the opposite of that. But
They
yeah,
gave you
okay.
Quaaludes?
No, they had other things
I've never had a
available.
Quaalude in my life.
Did they give it
Okay.
to the diners too?
No, just us.
So the underwear was a lie.
Yeah.
Okay. Good catch. Good catch.
Yeah, you
Good
need
catch.
lacy,
underwear.
sexy underwear.
Well, if I could get a date,
You,
I
you wore
probably would.
you wore Monday and Tuesday on the same day. Francine,
Yes.
Quaaludes. I mean, what is it like when you take one? How do you feel?
Well, it takes the edge off, and it makes you, it's it never made me too woo woo, like I couldn't focus. Actually, I was good at my job, so it was like a routine. You go up to the table, you ask people what to do, and then you slow the hell down.
It's a downer, like.
Yeah, kind of a slower downer, and some people use it for
Other things.
intimacies.
Yes.
Oh, and so
I don't know
Yeah.
if I can describe that one. It,
Well, I mean,
it
but
loosens
why-
you up so that you're.
Malleable.
You're free and easy.
Yeah, okay. Free
so
and
that
easy.
things
That's
just
another.
come in and go out
Yes,
as
like,
they should.
oh no,
Nice.
Frank.
We just got an X rating on the show now.
Just pass them around for all of us right now.
Yeah, okay.
I don't
Later
think they
tonight.
make them anymore.
Later tonight.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
on to other
that's,
things, I guess.
All right. So I backpacked through South America.
Uh-huh.
I swam with baby jellyfish.
Okay. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, in Florida.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And I had 3 kids in 3 years.
Okay.
Oh, this is.
Well, let's see. I'm
I
going to
think
go.
you backpacked.
Backpack. Yeah, the backpack.
Yeah, the backpack
backpacking-
seems like a bit
Yeah.
of a reach.
Yeah.
I know you only have 2 kids.
No, I have 3 kids.
Oh, you have 3.
Yeah. Well, it
I
was a
thought you
long
only had
trip
2.
on that backpack.
I'm sorry. I get to go over because I thought you only had 2 kids. Okay. All right, let's go. Let's go.
No,
Yeah,
I thought it was the
so-
backpack. Backpacking.
Backpack, yeah.
Through-
So
yeah.
You
I-
think that
Backpack
I think
from
that's a lie.
South
I,
America?
yeah.
through South America?
Oh,
Yeah.
through
Yeah.
South America.
I
Okay.
think that's-
I
That
don't-
sounds
see her
Everybody did.
doing that.
okay.
I can see her doing that.
You know, I was young once.
Yes.
You don't have to be
Okay.
young to backpack.
So it's
Still act
wait a
young.
second. It's the backpacking across South America.
Oh, the jellyfish.
The swimming with the jellyfish. I believe that because it happened to me in Bali. And the third one was
3 kids in 3 years.
3 years.
in 3 years.
Yeah.
You just got busy, that's all. I still say the backpack.
You're gonna say the backpack?
3 kids in 3 years is just a bit much.
So you think it's the 3 kids in 3
Yeah,
years?
because
Yeah, me
that's,
too.
that's something that's indigenous to my race, not yours.
Oh. Are you saying you're the representative? Huh? Okay. Yeah.
The truth is,
Uh-huh.
I did have 3 kids in 3 years.
Did you?
Wrong.
When my oldest one turned 3, the youngest one was born.
Oh,
Okay.
And there was one in the
Oh.
middle. That's 3
Wow.
kids.
God bless you.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Those are the most
Which
sweet-
means you could have backpacked across South America.
That's right. You never know what you're
No.
doing when you're backpacking.
Yeah, you never know.
So you,
Okay.
So it was backpacking was the lie?
backpacking was the lie.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Is that something you wanted to do?
No way.
No way. Okay. 3 kids was easier than backpacking across South
It was a
America.
lot more fun, too.
I bet it was. Well, maybe. I don't know.
But you don't have
forget
to
I
be
was
young
there.
to backpack. Through South America.
Yeah. I was pretty young when I was there. Yeah.
You're backpacking.
Yes.
With a big backpack on her.
Not as exciting as backpacking and having 3 kids in 3 years. But I played golf once with Robert Morse, Bobby Morse, the actor from England, and he signed my card for me. Mm-hmm. As a teenager, with my sister and friends, we biked about 10 miles at night after a Red Sox game. On not with bicycles without speeds, just regular bike with a little basket
Cruisers,
in front.
yeah.
Cruising at the middle of the night. And also, as a young man, I caught a 3 to 4 foot bass with just one of those little square pole, not a fishing pole, just a pole.
Oh, with the
And
drop line?
Yep, a dock line, almost
Drop line, yeah.
drop line, and
Yeah.
almost fell out of the boat.
Oh.
Now, where's the lie?
Yeah, let's see.
All
So there's
sounded like Eugene, didn't it?
so he played with a famous actor, played
I
golf.
believe that.
I believe that too.
Okay, he
The nighttime bike ride, I don't believe.
Yeah.
the
that's
nighttime
gotta-
bike
that's gotta
ride.
be
You
the
were
middle
you
one.
alone?
No, I had my
With your
sister and a
sister.
couple
Yeah,
friends.
sister. What time of year was that?
Baseball
Winter?
season.
Baseball season.
Yeah.
Well, it could be cold then, and because this is
Back
back
east.
east.
Yeah, Red Sox
okay,
game,
it could
yeah.
be
How about
cold.
the fish?
And the fish with a drop line
No, that's the lie.
in the boat.
That's the lie.
Which do you think is the lie, Larry?
I think it was the drop line in the boat.
That's what you say. What do you say?
I would say that the fishing thing.
I think it's the driving the bike at
the
night.
bike ride.
The famous person, but those are all good.
Okay,
Stories.
the majority got no. It was a little about a 1 foot little off a dock. It wasn't out of the boat.
Ah,
But yeah, we biked
Dock.
at night. 'Cause
Yeah.
you could bike to this place called Revere Beach,
Uh huh.
and you could leave your bike there, take
Yeah.
the train into Fenway Park back, and it was late
okay,
at night,
cool.
and we're going down Linway, and no care in the world, and you know it's
Those were the
Nice.
days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah,
It was
could
the
do
details that
that.
sold every story.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Trust
yeah.
of
They wouldn't
leaving
do
your
the-
bicycle there.
Yeah, well,
and
back in
nobody's
those days,
stealing
you
it.
could lock it up and just
Yeah,
it would still be there, and then
yeah.
Right.
have to pedal back home.
Very good.
Cool.
I like that
That's
one.
excellent. I
Okay.
like that.
Now, Jerry, be careful what you talk about.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, well, I made my lie too obvious.
Okay,
Yeah, you got to pick mine out right away.
We don't know that
But
yet.
everyone. Oh,
I was in a shootout with a famous rapper,
Yeah.
yeah.
and the guy had a automatic grease gun of some.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
We were going up one aisle of the market and coming down the other one.
Yeah.
And then I was accused of never amazing my crush because, I was a noob at romance. And I never peed in the pool.
You
Okay,
well,
wait a minute.
Pee in the pool. We
Recap
know.
these
They
three.
flowed into
Second.
each other. Oh.
Yeah. Well, look, they kind of
Okay.
sound like
We
they were
know
all one
about
story here.
We know about the gun and
Yeah, the shooting. We know about
Some
that.
of us know
do.
about that. We've heard about that before,
Yes.
Yeah,
so we
when-
know that one's true.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, this is not the same one.
Oh.
Exaggerating one, maybe.
Yeah, okay.
Because I
so-
know you must have peed in some pool,
Pool
somewhere.
sometime.
Can you talk about the shooting so we know what you're
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us
Well,
more.
this famous rapper and I were in one of the. You remember when you used to have to go to the cell phone shop to get a load? Anybody know anything? about that? Yeah, they get a load or they buy a new phone.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you had to get it like a new
we
battery
were
or
buying
something?
new phones, and all of a sudden a shooting broke out
Oh my God.
Outside the store or inside the store?
outside the store. But we ran, jumped in the car, and we tried to get out. But we're going up one aisle at the market, and the guy's coming down the other side, shooting directly at us.
Oh,
Okay,
Crazy.
I'm gonna
you think
call
that's
that one the lie. 'Cause I know when you
Okay.
talked about with
Well, let's hear about these other two.
Boy,
Yeah.
I never peed in the pool.
Okay,
You
that's
never
pretty
did pee in the pool?
self-explanatory.
Yeah, and,
That I don't believe.
no,
That's
yeah.
your lie.
yeah.
And then my guys always told me, I never amazed my crush because, I was a noob at romance.
Oh, Well, I know you've had to have eaten in the ool. So,
Yeah, okay.
okay, I'm gonna go with two. I could believe actually that you were a newbie with your girlfriend. Is that what they were saying? And so you weren't a big romancer. Is that what they were trying to say about you?
That,
How old were you at this time?
yeah.
Teens.
Okay, so it was before the Navy. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Because nobody
Newbie,
comes out
okay.
of the Navy a newbie. Geez. So I'm gonna have to go with the first one. I'm gonna have to go with the shootout.
I'm gonna go with the shootout.
Yeah.
No, I think the shootout is real. He's told that story. a
Well, that
lot
was another
before.
another
different-
rapper, I
that was a
think.
different rapper. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? He's got so many rappers in
Yeah.
his history. He can't remember what. I'm
Okay.
telling you, he has peed in a pool.
I know that.
Well, he's calling it that,
Yeah,
that
he
he's never
never
peed
peed
in
in
the
the
pool.
Oh, that's
I
true.
think
So
it's
we
the
know
peed
that's
in
a
the pool.
lie.
right. We know.
Everybody
Yeah.
pees in the pool?
Yes,
Everybody
everybody
at this
pees in a pool.
table
Unless
I will
you've never
bet
been in a
you
pool.
Everybody at this table has peed in a pool.
Really?
Yes.
You
Multiple
can't help
times.
it.
That's how I used to catch my fish.
By peeing in. So you did
No,
pee
I
in
would
the pool.
I would pour castor oil in the water, and when they come out to use the bathroom, I'd catch them.
So which is the
Oh,
which,
those are those walking fish in Florida. Yeah.
which is the lie?
Which
Well,
is the lie?
the lie is I've never peed in the pool.
Yay!
Okay,
It was a
Monterey.
straight-on question.
Monterey.
Okay, so my three are: I shaved my head in losing a bet once. I have swam in an aquarium tank with all the fish.
That I believe.
And that was yeah, there was a big pool, so yeah. And then I've dated three girls at the same time, and they all had a name that started with the letter K.
That's true.
So, which could make
What was it? Did you shave your eyebrows?
His head.
no. I
Shave
said
his
I
head.
shaved my head.
No,
I
What
believe
else?
that
What
one.
other kind of a bet would it be if you didn't shave your head?
you dated 3 girls at the same time.
That's true.
And
And they all had-
Began with a K-
with a K.
Yeah,
That's your-
it was Kelly.
That's your
Kath-
lie.
That's your
Kelly,
lie.
Kathleen.
No, that's the truth.
Kelly,
Okay.
Kathleen,
How do you
and
know?
Kay.
I just know.
I think it's number 2,
It's
No.
number
the
2.
aquarium.
Oh,
No,
no, that's
you don't
true.
know his
I think I
background.
can-
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh,
After you peed in it, right?
Yeah, we were both there. Yeah.
Yeah, the aquarium and the girls with the same name. Those are true. What was the last one?
Shaving his
Shaving
head.
my head when I lost the bet.
Oh, I believe that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought that went together with swimming in the.
No, no.
No.
I'm still gonna go with.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got
The one
You
that we
have to
agreed
go
on.
with dating 3 girls
Yeah,
at the
three-
same
yeah.
time.
No, that's true.
Oh, that sounds
that's true.
right.
Okay.
That's true. Shaving his head because he lost a bet. He would do that.
No, he wouldn't let go of that head of hair of his.
Oh, he would do that. It
Oh,
grows
yeah.
back.
In his
Especially
20s?
at that age,
Yeah.
he would do
No.
I
that.
have
no,
hair
no.
down to here, you know.
Yeah,
below my
yeah,
belt.
yeah. He was.
Oh,
I've
you
seen,
did when they asked you to shave it?
We've seen
No.
it. We've seen the early pictures of him
Yeah.
as like a hippie. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
he would stay with it. He
I
made a bet.
hippie.
He lost the bet. I
Yeah.
think he
So
shaved.
what's the
the
Aquarium.
3 girls.
The
The
three girls.
The three
The
girls.
3 girls.
3 girls.
Uh-uh.
Which do you think it is, Jerry?
It ain't the 3 girls.
What is it?
It's the
Aquarium? It's the
he swam with all of these different things.
Fishes,
yeah, he
yeah.
would do that. The shaving his head.
shaving his head. And ladies.
Aquarium.
Aquarium.
No.
And what is the lie?
shaving my head?
Oh, that you were good.
Okay,
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. Cool, man.
Really did have 3. Okay.
Yeah, it was sometimes, yeah. I couldn't be
How
a-
old were you when you did that with the girls?
with the 3 girls?
Yeah.
Early 20s? No. Was that time? Late 20s.
Well,
Yeah.
luckily,
Late 20s.
luckily,
Oh,
you,
wow.
Was,
know,
was it a prereq that their names had to start with K before? you
No,
picked
it
them?
was totally random. And I couldn't believe it. And it was the same bar.
I don't know how you do that.
it's the same bar.
That's what made it really tricky.
Yeah, and they all hung out. I've never been able to do that. If I got to one girl's house and these other guys, it would be wintertime and they would be leaving, going to the other girl's house. I was done. I was at that house. Wherever I stopped, I was there.
That was there?
I couldn't keep up with 2 girls at the same time.
I'm just glad you went from K to B.
Yeah, me too. I regressed. Well, speaking about this bar where I knew these 3 girls, there was another guy that was a stationary engineer at the bar at the aquarium, and it was closing time, and we're kind of shuffling out the door, and it's like we don't have anything to do. And he goes, "Well, you got nothing to do. But come along with me, man. I got to go to work. You can do some see the backside of the aquarium while you're there and whatnot." So we do.
Which aquarium?
San Francisco. And so we go, and they have one huge tank. First, we're walking along above all the big tanks, and they're jumping up at you and everything else because they think it's feeding time when people are at the tank. And that was kind of spooky because you didn't want to fall in with the barracuda and whatnot. But then we get to the big tank that's all glass on one side, and that's the one with the dolphins and the harbor seals. And that's the one we went swimming in. He goes, "Oh yeah, they're friendly.
You
they're
can
friendly.
swim
Go in
with it.
there."
We used
And
to-
so we went in. Yeah, and so you're playing with one, and another one comes up and bumps you in the back because he wants the attention.
He wants
yeah.
to play.
Yes, it was fun. There was a beach ball in there. We were having a kick. Yeah, it was kind of crazy.
The dolphins used to swim around our boat, and we jump in the water with our skis on
Uh-huh.
to go water ski. And they loved having us.
Oh, I
They
bet.
let us pet them and everything.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you can. Well, the way their skin is, you pet them in one direction because if you go back the other, it kind of irritates them, and you never know which way they're going to react. He says
That much I didn't
So
know.
yeah, whenever that happens again to me, I'll be ready.
Yeah, now you know. Next up, we have a list of mystery questions for the group, starting with the ladies and going around the table. What's your biggest turn on in a partner?
Turn off.
Turn off in a
Yours is
partner.
Turn off.
Turn
Turn
off.
off.
Cigarette smoking because I'm allergic to smoke.
Oh,
Okay.
I'd say bad teeth and bad hygiene.
Yeah.
Smells for me.
Yeah.
Why
I have
did you
to
go out with him in the first place?
Well, you don't always
wouldn't,
know until you know.
Yeah.
And my answer would be the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, dirty,
Socks. Yeah. Okay.
dirty socks too.
Yeah.
Well, you don't always get
That, yeah, you
Down
would,
that- you
by the
don't
time
always-
you found that out, it might be,
too
you're
late.
committed.
That's funny.
I guess kind of egotistical if they're always trimming themselves and looking proper and thinking they're God's gift to men and being pushy.
Says the Bachelor.
Yes, as the Bachelor. Yes.
Wow.
That's why he's still the bachelor.
One. That's one. Okay, that's one.
I was going to say that's a bit rough.
Sorry about that, but
That's true. It's true. But it's okay.
No, I agree. Yeah.
Hey,
But,
everybody's got to have something. Well, mine is for someone who's excessively absorbed with themselves. They don't
Same
have
thing, yeah.
time to
Listen to you.
find out anything about you and won't listen to my started out as a sharecropper story.
Oh boy.
Oh no!
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, wake
yeah,
up. Okay.
well, they got to give a little. You got to have a little grace with that one though, because that'll turn anybody. I mean, but now in my circumstance, it would be somebody that is constantly talking about their exes. And and maybe are they comparing? Or
I agree.
no? Or just like okay, yeah.
Okay, and what about your biggest turn on in a partner?
Sense of
This'll be
humor.
fun. Yes. Okay. Good.
I'd say someone who is taller than me and who is smart and is a good listener. Speaking of listening.
And I like really good legs and really good lats.
Good legs and good lats.
Yes.
Wow.
Where are your
that's-
lats?
Lats.
Pardon me?
Where are your lats?
Oh,
Your
lad.
lats
This
are,
muscle back here
Oh, okay.
are your
Thank
lats.
And why is that? Why
Because
are
that's
lats
exactly how
important?
my husband was.
Ah.
He was captain of the swimming team,
Wow.
and that's what
okay. and
swimming
that's
will
where
do
get
for
the-
you.
Yeah. The
Be
muscles
great.
right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good
Woo.
physique. A good
Kind of
physique.
sexy.
Yeah.
That's like the guy that used to be on the back of the comic book. If you wanted to look like him,
Yeah.
you sent
Atlas.
50 cents. Yeah.
Yeah,
like
that was the one I posed
Charles
for years
Atlas.
ago when I did.
I thought so.
Yeah,
I thought you were a
yes,
lookalike.
Okay.
In your dream.
Nightmares, more like nightmares. But
Oh my God! Did you see Chuck?
Are we still
Charles
doing truth
Atlas.
and lies?
no, yeah,
Was that one or two?
that was two. That was both lies. Okay. Biggest turn on, being a dirty old man, a nice figure, but intelligent.
Mine is
Intelligent.
when
Wait
I-
a minute.
I gotta throw that in there.
Okay. I didn't know they were mutually
Mutually
exclusive,
exclusive,
but
What-
okay.
what happened?
What he likes.
Is a nice figure, but it also
But-
helps if it's also
But
intelligent.
intelligent.
Can't
We're
have
so
both. Okay, go
involved.
ahead. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so let's see. I think, okay, moving right along.
Yeah.
The thing that I like is, or that turns me on, is when I walk in a joint, or I'm already in a joint. The lady that gives me that look,
Up
man,
and down.
that,
Only one?
I'd chase her for a week.
Well,
She didn't have. It had nothing to do with looks.
oh, so it's when
It's just that attention, and it reads so well when she looks at you like, ooh. Oh boy!
Wait,
just
I
goes-
think we all like that.
You are a sucker.
well, for me, it's kind of simple, like a girl that can. I'm sure you've known one of these at least. They can do tricks with their tongue.
oh my God!
You know, they tie knots
But
like
you
in
had
a
4 girls.
maraschino cherry stem, and they can,
And put it in your mouth.
and then they take it out and they tie knots in them.
Oh,
You know a lot
Yeah.
of people like that?
Well, when I was in the food and beverage industry, I knew the girls used to have contests.
Wow.
Who could, tie a bow on and, all kinds of other knots, square knot. And,
Wow.
it left a lot to the imagination.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boy, oh boy.
We just became double X-rated now.
Simple stuff. We talked about intellect
Intellect,
and
yeah.
comedy.
I mean,
And you talked about sex.
Yes.
It's part of it.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah,
Wasn't it in
yeah.
that question? What's it turned on?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
You-
Anyway.
Okay. What's the wildest thing you've ever done to impress a crush?
Said nothing.
I'm still single too, so I didn't do anything wild enough.
Oh.
I was at Woodstock, the original Woodstock,
You were.
and I kept my top on because everyone else was naked.
Yeah.
Oh, and so you took
So-
everything off but your top.
No,
No.
well, I kept the bathing suit, the bikini on.
Yeah. They then so, you
So
had to
it's like
decide.
I
It's
left something to the
Imagination.
very good.
Oh,
I don't know. I always admired earlobes, clavicles, things,
Cheer up, Jerry.
Go get the skeleton.
I think just my flirtatious manner, which isn't really flirting because that's just
That's
my
just who you are.
personality, right?
Yeah.
Is all I need.
That's true. That's all.
yeah.
At about 12 years old, I was able to grow a little mustache.
Well,
So I let it keep going to try to show off to the ladies. But it would cost me at the movie theater because you had to be 14 and under. I said, oh, you got to be over 14. You got to mustache. I had to pay full price. But it was worth it just to impress the ladies.
yeah, I agree. That was worth it.
That's cool.
Well, I used to do daring things. I drank a whole bottle of Louisiana hot sauce.
Ow.
Was it really hot?
Oh yeah.
It was hot, especially when I
Yeah.
was a kid.
Do you have stomach problems now?
I was going to say it.
Was she impressed?
I don't think so.
She was there when you started, but was she there when you finished?
She
that's
just
funny.
gave that look like it was stupid to do that. You know the look
Yeah.
you guys can
Yeah, like what an idiot.
Exactly. And it read.
Okay.
So what about you, Monterey?
God, you guys get to know all my secrets. Well, not all, but speaking of those three girls and that aquarium, it was probably at the same bar, but I'm trying to think. Was this before or after the three women, the three Ks? But I think it was probably before. Anyway, it was a certain time. I guess it was early 70s that it was popular. And so there were two very popular saloons in a very musical area of the city. A lot of music was played in this area. A lot of people got their starts in that area in comedy because Holy City Zoo was right in the middle of it, and so Robin Williams and many others were locals to that two block area on Clement Street in San Francisco. And I streaked between two bars that were on either end, one bar on either end of that strip. No pun intended.
And was this supposed to be impressive?
It was supposed to be very impressive.
Whoa!
But
And
Yeah, exactly.
nothing went on.
and it did. Oh yeah, it did. But anyway, yeah. So that was what I did to
Well,
impress.
Were you drunk?
I was not feeling too much pain at the time. Yeah.
Did
had a point.
it work?
I was under the influence of many things at
Okay.
the time, but yes, it did. I mean, I was widely and wildly applauded upon my return. Yes, yeah,
Oh my God!
yeah, it was kind of crazy. I
Streaked.
couldn't believe I did it while I was
He
doing it. I
actually
couldn't
streaked.
believe-
And you jumped up the building too. Didn't
Well,
you?
I had to go from the back of the bar because that's where the bathrooms were. With and so I had to strip back there, run through the entire bar, out the front door, up 2 blocks, run into the other bar, go to the back, come out again, and run back to the first bar to get my clothes back on.
Oh, God.
So it was a long run.
Yeah.
But wasn't 100% because I was wearing my red Converse
Sneakers.
tennis
Oh, well, you
shoes.
had your feet covered.
Yeah.
Good, yeah.
Well, I had a long way.
Didn't
to
wanna
run.
hurt the feet,
No,
yeah.
I didn't want to hurt the feet.
Okay, now if you were somebody else, who would you swap bodies with and why? If you could be another person for a day.
A day.
I switch with you so I could streak.
Okay.
Whoa.
There you go.
Yeah, but you want a better body.
Yeah.
You're
I
gonna
didn't catch-
streak,
I didn't-
and you ask, you can get
Hey,
anything you
I-
want, and you're gonna
hey.
take this.
I was fresh back out off the sea. So I mean, I was in pretty damn good shape.
Oh,
I mean,
well, I guess you can take it then.
yeah.
So woman for man,
Oh, that's
Oh,
different.
you would
okay.
go woman for man?
not me.
No, her. She wanted to go to
No,
yeah,
it's
man.
her.
Okay.
It wouldn't be Eleanor Roosevelt for sure. She was kind of a tank. But I would say Marilyn Monroe.
Oh,
That's a big
glamorous.
reach. I mean, between not for you, but I
Glamorous.
mean,
Yeah.
between comparing to Eleanor Roosevelt.
No, it wouldn't be her.
No, okay, I
And
agree.
I
Okay.
would say Queen Elizabeth.
Oh.
Oh, really?
She had it all.
Which number?
I've forgotten.
Well, she
Yeah,
just passed away.
probably the first. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say Tom Brady
Off with his head.
because I want a good athletic
Oh,
body.
Tom Brady.
And then, even though he's in his 40s now.
And
he'll
the
have
looks.
Athletic, and the good looks and athletic body and still be able to play ball.
Huh. Okay.
I would say Princess Diana.
Okay.
Male
Explain.
for female.
I mean,
Yeah.
oh,
What?
to have
Yeah.
the looks
Yeah.
that everybody just melts into,
Yeah.
and to be looked at like that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So
A dream that's never going to come true.
Princess D. Okay. Okay. Actually, when I read this first time, I thought of certain guys. I was thinking, no, it would be so fun to be Brad Pitt for a while because he always looks like he's enjoying himself and people really admire him. But I was thinking a little deeper after that, and I said, no. You know what would really be a lot of fun? I would like to be Daryl Hannah during the filming of Kill Bill 2, I think it was.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah,
And
was
she does the fight scene with Uma in the trailer. And the two of them are just going at it with each other between the swords and the fists and everything else flying around. And I'm talking about being the actor and having to go through that whole. It must have taken them at least a day to shoot that, if
Couple
not
takes.
over a couple of days.
Couple days it takes, yes.
But
And she's stunning.
oh yeah, and she's also extremely tall.
Yeah.
And so just to see the world from her height and to fight Uma, it just must have been a ball. They just really must have had a ball doing that. Yeah, that was my take.
Okay.
Uma,
Yeah.
Uma Thurman.
What's a weird smell you actually like?
Okay, speaking of urine.
Urine?
No.
We
but
were earlier.
when you eat asparagus.
Oh, yeah.
And then you pee
Yeah.
and get that weird
It's
smell.
amazing
Yeah.
how fast that happens too.
Yes.
Ever since I was a little boy, I have not been able to get over that. Is how fast something
Yes,
can go through your
asparagus.
system.
I grew up in Astoria, Queens, and it was like the concrete jungle. And I love the smell of concrete when water is sprayed on it. And it just, it steams.
Yeah,
I don't
brings it
know.
home.
It's just wonderful.
Yeah.
And I love the smell of onions, cooked or not
Oh,
cooked.
okay.
Do they make you cry?
No.
I like the smell of, it may not be weird, but the smell of fresh mowed lawn in the early morning.
New moon
And
hay.
Yeah, new moon hay. I love
Oh
it.
man. there's nothing like the smell of coffee
I thought it was a wet.
on a cold snow morning. I don't drink it, but
Really? Okay.
it smells good.
I really, I thought about it a little more, and I don't mind the smell of a skunk because it brings home the country to me. And it's like, because it doesn't really last that long unless it happened to your dog, and the damn dog, every time it gets wet, still smells like a skunk.
Did you ever?
But yeah, I had a dog that got it right in
but
the
did you
face.
have to wear the skunk smell?
Did I have to wear it?
Yeah. In other words, did they ever get you?
No, they never got me. My poor little dog. He was the little one too, kind of similar to what I have now. And she was barking. I let her. I opened the door, flew out of and turned the corner, square into the skunk. And the poor dog was yelling, and I picked her up, and it's all
poor
this yellow
baby.
goop all over her face. She got it. I mean, point blank.
It's hard
And-
to get rid of that smell.
Yeah, tomato juice, hydrogen peroxide, everything we
Oatmeal
tried.
or something.
But for about a year, every time we washed her, as soon as she got wet, the smell would come
would
back.
come
Oh.
Yeah,
That's a smell.
yeah.
So let me ask you all, what's the worst trouble you've ever been in?
I plead the fifth.
Plead the fifth.
You can't talk about it?
Second worst?
No, I was a good girl, so I'm trying to think.
Oh, okay.
What did I get in trouble for? Traffic ticket, forging excuse for one of my classmates, and
Okay.
getting
Yeah,
busted for that.
yeah, okay.
You're
Getting
so
busted.
good.
Yeah.
I remember when emails first started, however long ago that was, not that long ago, but, and I didn't understand reply and reply all. And so I worked for a boss, but I meant to send it to the answer to just my person I was working with. And I said, boy, his work is shit.
Oh.
And he got it.
Oh.
And I got fired.
Oh.
So that was the worst thing I never did it again. It was bad.
That's sad.
Yeah.
But, and I never really had trouble because I always told my mom or my dad ahead of time what I was going to do. Like if I cut school, I would call my mom and say,
I'm gonna
if
cut
school
school?
calls, tell them I'm in bed because I'm going to be either horseback riding or I'm going to go play cards at my friend's house or I'm
wow.
going to the movies and I'll see you later.
Wow.
That brings
You had
your
good parents.
Wow.
Yeah, I had
that's
a good
cool.
relationship with
Wow,
them.
that's great.
I
Okay.
told them what I did when it wasn't supposed to be perfect,
Uh-huh.
and it was just easy for
As
them
long
to
as they knew
raise
about
me.
it, they were okay with it. Did you give them an allowance?
No, but I was
Just
my
really a good
father's
kid.
favorite,
Oh,
so
So, oh, yes, that's right.
Uh-oh, this is out in the airwaves.
Yes.
Okay.
that's all right.
That's okay. I didn't tell my folks what I was going to do. I wanted to give them some Jordan almonds. Went down the store to buy some because they liked it. And I only had money to pay for the bread. And so I took the Jordan almonds and what we used to call a five-finger discount and put them in the jacket pocket. Walked up and also saw some football cards and put them in my jacket pocket.
Ooh.
Walked out paid for the bread, walked out the store. The clerk comes up to me and says, "Oh, did you forget to pay for the Jordan almonds?" So he took them back. He goes, "Now you should go home and tell your parents." Back then in the late 50s, early 60s, you did what you were told. And I told my father that. And so I was grounded for 2 weeks. And what hurt, well, he didn't spank me. But what really hurt was he would just say, "I'm disappointed in you." So it was like, yeah, that was the worst trouble I've ever been in and learned a lesson.
Didn't he cut you any slack because the almonds were for him?
No, I didn't get that lucky. I did say, I got them for you and Mom because I could.
Yeah, right.
But you didn't pay for them. So, okay.
Good lesson.
Well, I mean, it is the worst trouble I got in as a kid. I mean, I got a razor strap beating, horse bridle stripe beating.
Ouch.
My mother was a house cleaner, and she, I think she made $1.50 a day, and there was no black kids in the area where I was a sharecropper's son, and so we were brought into this area to sharecrop, and there was just hardly no kids at all. And this one white kid, he was starved for friendship and fellowship also. So he used to always, and I was riding his bicycle, and my mother told me to never get on that bicycle because she could not pay for it. And she was serious. And boy, she saw me on that bicycle.
Oh, boy.
She waved at me like nothing was wrong.
Till you got home, right?
Till I got home. Lord Jesus. And she didn't do anything until the next morning when it was time to get up.
Oh,
And
boy.
she beat me out of bed.
Ouch.
Oh, man, that was hard. I'll never forget that one.
Okay, Monterey, let's hear it.
We were off the coast of Venezuela, coming out of Panama, and we were on a delivery. It was an old German ship that was being delivered from Hamburg to Montevideo, Uruguay, and unbeknownst to us, it was filled with contraband, and it was a pirate ship. And we didn't know that when we signed on in Panama. We were just 3 kids with our seaman's cards working our way down to South America. And so we signed on as hands. And we left Panama and we're off the coast of Venezuela, and we got a huge storm hit us. And it was New Year's night. And everybody was in the galley, and we were celebrating New Year's. And the one guy that was on duty at the wheelhouse, he was really pissed off that he was left out of the party. And so there was a good-sized swell coming at us, and he threw the wheel. And so the swell hit us broadside, knocked the ship over on its side. So we sat for 3 days after that. On our side, adrift, and but that night, when everything had washed by and cleared the decks, and we were laying there, and everybody's freaking out what to do, and it's pitch black. We lost all power on the ship. We lost all the lighting, so it was no moon that night. So it's completely black. We're off being a pirate ship. We're off of the shipping channels, so nobody's going to find us. Nobody, and they're not going to call the Coast Guard or a Mayday because they're pirates and they're going to get busted. So it came to be where I'm sitting on top of the ship, on top of the wheelhouse, where the antenna is. And I'm just thinking to myself, okay, we are going down. This ship is sinking. Nobody's going to help us. Long story short, there's no life-saving equipment on board at all.
No.
That was all a scam. It was borrowed from another ship for the inspection, then given back. And so it was a matter of, okay, I'm about to die, and which way do I want to go? Do I want to wait until something eats me or I drowned? Or should I go down with the ship and just make it quick?
I don't want to be in your body anymore.
And so that was the most trouble I was in. But I'm here to tell the story, and
That's a good thing.
That's another story.
Did you reach out? Did you Mayday?
No, there was no capability to do any of that.
They were pirates.
They were pirates. We were. The 3 of us weren't, but they were pirates, and we couldn't get to the radio room. We had no power anyway because when we fell off and broached the ship, it kind of shorted out a lot of stuff.
Well, that sure was a lot of
and
trouble.
And it was a lot of trouble. And we were also lost at sea for 45 days after that.
That's a lot of
Yeah.
trouble. That's
Wow, that's a great story.
But there's more sections to that. It was a great adventure.
to be
but-
continued.
Yes,
Yes.
we'll
Okay.
save that.
But that was the most trouble I guess. It's up there. It's up there.
Okay, tell us an embarrassing fact about yourself.
Besides the asparagus pea, okay. I have a horrible sense of direction. I spent half my life lost. Thank goodness for GPS.
Oh.
I get lost in the mailbox. I get lost in buildings.
In a mailbox?
To the mailbox.
Oh, to the mailbox.
Whoa!
I was going to say stamp yourself.
I'll return address on the board.
Oh, God.
Embarrassing fact. This goes
Yeah.
back to that double pair of underwear.
Oh yeah.
I pee a lot. I'm always have to pee. Like,
It
On
happens.
yourself?
It happens.
no, not, well, hopefully not.
And,
Well, I don't even
I was going to
tell you.
recommend Depends.
And I get shorter every year, and I don't like to admit it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's an embarrassing fact?
Yeah, man.
For a short
No,
person.
but
yes, it-
to me, you get sexier every year.
Okay,
Oh.
I'm sorry to divide you. two
So
words, okay?
that's why you're sitting there.
I gotta control it.
Yes.
No, mine would simply be, again, as a younger kid, I had flat feet, so I kind of walked funny. And the coach would go, no, keep your feet straight. And I couldn't because I had the flat feet.
Yeah.
And when I'd run, it would take me longer to get to like first base because I couldn't run that fast. And it was embarrassing watching the other kids laughing at you.
Yeah.
Sympathy, come on, keep it going.
Oh, I think mine was subsequent to running away at 12 and a half, going to this big school in this big city now, and having to wear the same thing to school every day because I had no clothes. And the parent I ran to didn't accept me and didn't want me there because he had eloped with his wife's sister.
Oh.
My biological father, and it, you know, it was just embarrassing
Yeah.
because you could hear the kids whisper about he's got that same shirt on.
Yeah.
Oh, look at him, he's turned that vest inside out. You know, just
Kids can really be mean.
Yes.
yeah, they are. It's really
Okay, now for the moment you've all been waiting for. The question of the week is, what's the worst date you've ever been on? Let's hear what ridiculous how our fans are so ridiculous.
We didn't mean that one, but we love you. We love you, fans.
Wait
Whoa.
a minute.
They have sent us on Instagram these stories. This one says we went to Applebee's, got drinks and appetizers, but he threw a fit because the bill was $30. Can you
Cheapskate.
imagine getting drinks and appetizers and it only cost you $30?
Yeah.
How do we feel about this one, ladies?
I would offer to split the bill.
Why?
Why not?
She's a good girl. She's a good girl.
He was having fun. He had a good sense of humor and a nice body,
yeah, and he had nice lats.
and he knew his way home.
If he has good lats and good legs,
Oh, that's funny.
then he's got to have $1 in his pocket.
He's got at least
Okay.
$30.
I
Okay.
think $30.
Is this dating?
Yeah, dating.
I think $30 is nothing compared
Nowadays.
to
Yeah.
the company of a good person that you're with. I went out on a date and the person pulled out 5 credit cards to pay for $12 eggs and toast breakfast. And no, we weren't together before
Yeah.
breakfast, by the way. And it was at like a Denny's.
Yeah.
So you know, and they all declined.
Oh.
Oh,
Did you pay?
Yes, I did.
Did you go out with him again?
No,
Did
I
he
did
leave a
not.
tip?
Good girl.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, really.
Just because
Wow.
he didn't have any money, you didn't go out with him again?
Yeah,
but
well,
he's
if you're
stiff
going
there.
to take,
Like it-
if you're
He's
our
stiff there.
age and
Yeah.
you're going to take a woman who's been around for a long time on a date and it only costs $12 and you can't pay for it, come on. It's
Yeah.
not about millions.
No.
It's about the generosity of heart.
Oh, I was so
And it was a
generously
setup,
trying
too.
to pay.
Oh, yeah.
My cards were declined.
Oh.
Yeah. Well,
he
that's
was looking for a sugar mama.
No, maybe.
maybe.
First of all, I don't date. So it's a moot question. But
you did.
I did years ago. I don't anymore.
Okay, yeah.
Because they're all too old for me.
Oh, I
Oh.
see.
I like them young.
Okay.
And if they're young, they're not looking for me.
Oh.
Do you feel bad?
How young?
Oh, that I'm not going to announce.
Well,
Okay.
look, if see that you should pay
What do you mean? No.
because
Why?
she's looking for them youngsters.
Well, she's not looking.
And they can afford, youngsters should be able to afford $30. Applebee's is expensive enough, but when you're getting drinks and appetizers, $30 is not that much
No,
nowadays.
Well, but-
but I think the fact that he threw a fit
Yes.
Yeah.
over the $30 bill, what did he expect it to be? Okay, well, here's another one that they sent us. I took a girl to the Waffle House and she showed up with her ex. I got played.
Yes.
What would you guys do in this situation? I don't think he got played. Maybe she
Well,
just
I've
wanted them to meet one another.
I've had one of those, and I stupidly paid for the guy's breakfast. I did. I had one of those in real life.
You could say at the table, so do you want to split the bill to the other guy?
No, Mr. Big, I paid for all of it and walked out.
He got lucky, I think. He got lucky. He saw that she's still attached to the first guy.
Yeah.
I'd run for the hills.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, I went for the hills,
Yeah.
but I paid.
I'd excuse myself and said, I got to hit the head. I'll be right.
Yeah.
Yeah, bye
No, I would
bye.
invite my ex over, have a big waffle breakfast, and send the bill over to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just do what now? And leave it both up to them?
Leave the bill to them.
For them.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Tacky.
Wow, tacky.
Tacky,
Right.
just like, oh, this is your ex. Well, yeah, he can take care of the bill. I'll see you.
Okay, that's all we have for this week, folks. And so just remember,
Subscribe!